Happy Thursday, everyone, and welcome to Inside the Newsroom. I'm Maddie Paul. Inside the Newsroom, we bring you the trending stories of the KELOLAND area, and best of all, we bring in our newsroom staff members to talk about these stories. They're the same trending stories that you see every day on our newscasts and online at KELOLAND.com. I wish I had my coat on today. I'm feeling a little bit of some bone-chilling temperatures, if you want to say that. Scott Mutt and Brian Carstens have been calling it frightening flurries lately. That's what they called it yesterday on their episode of Whether or Not. I really liked that. And so I'm thinking about it too as we get into Halloween, which is tomorrow already. If you think about it that way. I have a question for all of you watching. What do you think will be this year's most popular Halloween costumes? I've been trying to gather some information that we're seeing from different news networks, and there really isn't a list out yet. It's just people tracking celebrity costumes or whether or not you should thrift your costume or go out and buy it. And so I'm just kind of curious what will be most popular this year. I've heard K-pop Demon Hunters. That's a Netflix show. I've seen a lot of that. I'm thinking any type of blockbuster movie, you're probably going to see a lot of that coming out for Halloween. But then also, do you do group costumes or family costumes, or are you just going to do solo by yourself? So anyway, tell me what you think. Let me know what you think is going to be the most popular Halloween costume this year. I may need some last minute ideas, so I'll appreciate anything at this time. All right, that's my intro for this episode of Inside the Newsroom, because coming up next, we're actually going to get our newsroom staff members on. In fact, we're going to look at what bus drivers are sharing, and it's a safety message after a shocking video was revealed. So stay with us. Inside the Newsroom is coming back after the break. And welcome back to Inside the Newsroom. Pay attention. That's the advice from two bus drivers after a close call involving kids. The Cottington County Sheriff's Office posted this video showing kids walking towards a school bus with its arm out and red lights flashing when a pickup drives past. The post says the oldest sibling pulled his little brother back off the road in time, calling it a near miss. It turns out the issue is not uncommon in other districts. Kelly Vogt explains.
Dan Bonderson is a driver and trainer for School Bus Inc. in Sioux Falls.
The kids are fun. It's just a good experience.
What's not so fun is seeing people drive past the stop arm and red flashing lights on the bus.
Any given day in Sioux Falls, that will happen. There are about 100 buses out every day in the morning, 100 in the afternoon, and I would venture to say at least every bus driver has that happen twice a day.
They're just not paying attention when people are driving. They're not seeing the bus lights come on. They're not seeing the stop arm come out.
School Bus Inc. safety and training manager and driver Gary Hannon says bus drivers try their best to help kids get on and off the bus safely, such as signaling when it's safe to cross the road.
We instruct them, make sure you watch the driver as you're going across. The driver will put their hand out, stop, because the drivers are looking in their mirrors trying to clear everybody through. And then as soon as they see it's clear and nobody's coming, then they'll put their hand down and wave them across.
Both men are encouraging people to stay alert when they're behind the wheel.
And if you see a school bus, they're only out for one reason. They're bringing children to school. They're bringing children home. Just pay attention. It's a big yellow bus. You can't miss it.
Staying focused can help keep everyone on the road safe.
And Kelly Vogt joins us at the digital desk now to talk more about this story. Kelly, what was the process like to compare other counties together concerning driver, bus, and pedestrian safety? Because we're looking at what's happening here in Sioux Falls and then also Cottington County. So why did we want to put those together?
Well, I think this video was kind of a conversation starter. The sheriff's office that posted this said, make sure you show this video to people in your household and your kids who ride the bus. And so I think that just kind of gave us the idea of, well, what if we checked in with people in Sioux Falls and found out what they're seeing? And turns out they see this quite often.
Right, the same thing. What was your game plan for gathering visuals for this story? Did you have a photojournalist? What were you two discussing?
Yeah, well, we certainly wanted to show that video from the sheriff's office because it is quite eye-opening. But when we went to go visit these bus drivers in Sioux Falls, we wanted to get video of them, riding the bus, seeing what the stop arm looks like, seeing the flashing lights, just so you can get a good idea of you know, what this looks like to be a bus driver.
Right. This visual is a good example for this next part I want to talk about. I've noticed this a lot with most of your stories, and I love it. You include a shot of yourself talking to your interviewees. Why do you like to include those types of shots in your stories?
I think it just helps show, you know, the process that you went through to do a story, you know, all the different places you visited, you know, all the time that it took to conduct these interviews and stuff like that. It just really shows the broadcast journalism process.
I love it. I really like those shots. And was there anything that you learned from creating this story that didn't make it into the actual video itself, but you still think our viewers should know?
I think I pretty much covered, you know, the most important parts. I mean, I was most surprised by, this did make it into the story, but I was most surprised by just how often, you know, the bus drivers in Sioux Falls said this happened. So, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing all of these details here at the Digital Desk, Kelly. And everyone, stick around. Coming up next after the break, we're looking at after 6 years, promising futures is changing young lives. Find out more about this recent Eye on KELOLAND story when we come back after the break. And welcome back to Inside the Newsroom. Teachers and principals at the 42 public schools in Sioux Falls are working hard to educate our children, but they can't always do it alone. That's where organizations, civic groups, and even churches come in. All are supporting programs in our schools to help kids succeed. And one of the most successful ways may very well be one of the newest. Tom Hansen looked at how promising futures is changing lives in a recent Eye on KELOLAND story. Tom, I loved this story. I love anything that is an educational beat because it just shows a little bit more of that community impact, especially in public school districts. So why was it important for you to make this specific story an I story?
We've covered promising future stories over the years. In the 6 years since it began, we've covered so many stories. And when you're there and you see the kids reacting to, you know, their Christmas presents or the advice they're given, you see that it is really having an impact. And so it's an organization that's started out very small, but man, it's doing some big things.
Yeah, watching your story as you're hitting all of those elements that it really offers, I was blown away by just how much it was. One other thing I noticed with the story is, I love this part, by the way. It's going to sound weird when I say it, but you talk a lot in the story. You have a lot that you're explaining that you want to say. And it made me wonder, when you're voicing over your own stories, what are some things that you think about for your tone or your inflection or even like your pace as you're voicing over stories?
I guess I've never had that question before, but
Yay.
I have a conversational style, and it's just because the people that, when I was coming up in this business, the people that I looked up to, they were just very conversational. And so I guess I adopted that conversational style rather than, you know, and everybody has their own style, but I like to write the way I speak. Yeah.
So you're not thinking in your head like, oh, I should really like emphasize this word, or do I sound too serious right now, or anything like that when you're in the booth?
I'm not I guess I'm so old that I don't think about that now.
I kind of love that.
I just talk. Good. Right?
Well, that's important. I mean, if you want to be more conversational too, then yeah, you have to let it carry from the heart.
Well, it's one of the things I love about you. You are very conversational.
Well, good. I don't think I had this conversation with you, but it may have been Carly Phillips on Inside the Newsroom. And when I started, I used to think like I have to be very serious. And like my tone needed to be deeper. I wasn't allowed to smile or keep my eyes bright or anything like that. And I've completely changed that now. It's like you can be serious, but you can show a little more personality or presentation on top of it.
I am laughing and smiling here because I was the very same way.
Really?
Yeah. My wife saw a tape of me when I was very young and I was doing a newscast, you know, I was an anchor out in Rapid City. And she goes, well, you're so serious. And I said, yeah, you know, I was so young, I wanted to be taken seriously. And so I acted serious. And, you know, it's just what you do when you're younger, I think.
I think you're right. Like, and that was the whole reason I did it, is I wanted people to treat me seriously, because
Yes.
that's the field. We're presenting facts and information as we gather it. So I have to be like
Yes.
this.
And then as you gain more self-confidence in what you're doing, then that disappears and more of your own personality comes out, I think.
And people believe you and they trust you when they see you. And that's what I really appreciate about news. And so I understand your conversational level. I understand that bit a lot.
Yeah.
Going back to your story though, and as you look back on it now that it's published, what makes you proud of this story? You said that you've covered this and kept an eye on it for years, the 6 years. So what makes you proud of this story now that it's out?
After the story aired, I got a couple thank yous via text message, just saying thank you for doing that story, because they thought it was very interesting, and they didn't really realize how big of an impact Promising Futures is having on the schools. Teachers and principals, they don't have the resources, and so Steve Hildebrand is bringing them some resources that they never thought they'd have.
Right.
Yeah.
And is Promising Futures, is that program just in Sioux Falls?
Yeah, it is in Sioux Falls. It started at Lowell Elementary, and Steve Hildebrand said that he didn't think it would, get this big, but the need was there, so he kept trying to fill the need, and now it's grown. And exciting news, they're going to expand to Rapid City next year.
Woo!
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now those kids can have some fun out west too. Well, is there anything else that you'd like to say that you think we're missing or should be included in this piece?
I don't know. I'm just curious to see where Promising Futures goes from here. When they see a need, it seems like they fill it, and it's the teachers and the principals that are actually coming up and saying, "Hey, this is what we need," and then Promising Futures says, "Well, let's see if we can't make that happen."
Yeah,
so
they're on it.
It's really not a nonprofit that's coming in and saying, "Here, have this." It's a nonprofit that's coming in and saying, "What do you need?" And the teachers and the principals are loving it.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing these details at the digital desk, Tom. And everyone stick around, because up next, we got a little bit of an announcement. On KELOLAND Plus, we're airing special Captain 11 Halloween specials. So stick around after the break to hear more about the bone-chilling excitement. And welcome back to Inside the Newsroom. Are you feeling frightened? Spooky?
Me? Or are you talking to the general audience?
Kind of both. Kind of both. You keep saying frightening flurries on whether or not, so now I'm always just like,
it's too early for Brian Karsten's festive flurries.
I agree. I
think we have to get past Halloween.
Yes.
When the Christmas music starts.
I agree.
For me. Not for everyone. I know.
We're getting controversial already on Inside the Newsroom.
I don't. Well, okay. Should we go down that route?
Yeah,
or
I guess
save
so.
That for some other...
Yeah, I think let's hear it.
Well, no. So I'll start listening to Christmas music on Saturday, November 1st.
That's, I think, how a lot of people think.
And we'll host Thanksgiving like we always do. We don't skip over Thanksgiving. But to me, it's such a short season, we'll say, the Christmas season.
Okay.
That I'll start right away, November 1st.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'll have my pentatonics on, or my classic. Oh, my favorite classic Christmas song, because I celebrate Christmas growing up, and the song that we loved was, or I loved, I should say, was "Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree."
By who?
I don't know. Not
the Hall & Oates. I think Hall & Oates has that, and was it Darlene Love?
Oh my gosh, "Rockin' Around."
And I probably got it wrong completely.
You know what?
Those are my two guesses.
We'll look this up tomorrow. I'll figure this out tomorrow, and we can talk about it on Halloween. How about that?
You must have an agenda that we have to get through. Exactly. Here I come in and just go off the rail.
Yeah, and then I'm like, let me fact check this for tomorrow. Yep, that's exactly how it works. But, speaking of Halloween, we do have the Captain 11 Halloween party going on only on KELOLAND Plus, where we're going to air 3 episodes of Captain 11 Halloween specials. So that starts at 8:00 at night on Halloween, and then it goes all the way till 9:30. And we were talking about this yesterday, Scott, and you brought up like 80s costumes and like the masks specifically.
Right.
I was tied with the rubber band and stuff. And I don't know if I've seen a mask like that really exists anymore.
No.
I don't use
I
anything
mean,
like
that
that.
would be like a throwback vintage type of costume that I don't even know if they would they sell them in any stores.
I don't think they do. And
I wouldn't be
honestly-
surprised if people see them and buy them if they do.
I would, because I was
it's a throwback.
impressed because we were looking at one of the Halloween specials yesterday and I was impressed by how detailed they were. Like it almost looked like it was like face paint on some of those kids. And I was like,
Yeah.
I would have loved one of those even now for Halloween costumes.
Then after a while, I remember I think it would get too tight, like right around the ears. Either they go over the ears or even under behind the ears. It
Get
just
a little
end up getting
headache.
Yeah, right. So I'm done. Let's go home.
Tightening everything. Well, I thought it'd be fun if we took a look at one of the Halloween Captain 11 specials and we can comment maybe about costumes. I won't play the full episode, obviously. This is just a sneak peek for you viewers so that you can watch the Halloween special when it comes up. So this special is the 1989 special. Yes. So let's go ahead and see what's going on. Look at this
Man chosen to receive this power is carefully
Ninja Turtles, maybe.
He must be kind.
Maybe.
Ghostbusters, I think, came out in 84 or 85.
You have fulfilled the 3 o'clock today. All of the boys and girls come in costume, and they have a real deal here. The haunted house is right here. We've been through it. It is something
The dinosaur
eerie to
just got up and
see.
walked away.
But
There's a
for
pirate.
Pirates. Oh, there was Perry.
And 50 cents they get to go through the
Perry the
haunted
pirate.
house.
Perry
Until
the pirate.
3 o'clock. That Spooktacular is available. Do I have any out-of-town ghosts or goblins with me? Where you
Looks like
from?
there's not a lot of masks actually in this one.
A couple of vampires.
Oh, there's one. There was a
Where you
Ninja
from?
Turtle.
Over here. Dallas, Texas. Are you stand up there?
Let's
Stand
Texas.
up
Okay,
there.
let's keep going.
Oh, look at the
My
mummy in the
house. Look at
back.
these guys. We have
Too
a
bad.
ferocious combination of stand up
Is this an
Oh, there's
Elmo?
an Elmo.
up here.
Right?
Turn around. Look at that camera over there.
Look
Ah,
like
they
one.
don't want to. Who is this? Is this a blueberry?
I don't know.
What is that one? What were they dressing up as in the
What after
80s?
all- Now, wait
I
a
love
minute.
this
I
witch
wanna step
hat.
over here.
Ah!
This
Jump
is
scare.
Halloween, and there's
Jump
no
scare.
way- May I?
Someone's a bride. Aw, what's this little
Oh.
If she
fairy?
comes knocking
No.
at my door, she's not going to scare me too much.
Well, there's a
If
Jason
she says
mask.
trick or treat.
Aw.
What's your name? Cassandra? Where is Cassandra from? How old is Cassandra?
let's keep
Jonathan, you're
going.
number one
Ah!
on four, aren't you? All of the boys and girls that came
Can we tell if it's a rubber band? Here, let's keep
for
seeing.
the contest.
That almost
Just to
looks like
give
a
you an
rubber
idea about
mask,
Some of the
too.
inventory of ghosts and goblins we have here. I want all of the vampires. All of you who are
Oh,
vampires.
the
Yeah, there are a couple. I
vampires.
saw a couple in there.
If you are a vampire.
Yep, right in the front.
Hey, yeah, these two.
Uh-oh.
Are they twins?
I mean,
Look at Mickey. That's Mickey,
oh,
right?
that's who that. Okay.
Is that Mickey? I think
There's a
that's
couple of
Mickey.
guys that look like
I'm getting
they're
way
late
too
for
excited
lunch.
about this.
Do we have any? You didn't wipe off with a napkin here
Okay,
now.
got the vampires. Let's keep going.
Nice. And I think you have to have a lot of
That looked good.
A lot of gumption.
Makeup.
Captain 11 will be right.
Are you going through the haunted house?
Oh, yeah, I should have known.
This
Already
one's
been
cool.
Through the haunted house. Okay, remember before you get through.
This is
there,
so calming.
went in
Captain
there,
11's
the old
fun to
haunt-
watch. Even though I'm skipping. Ah,
Good
what is
evening.
that? Wait a
What's going
second.
on there?
Play long. It's weird. Weird.
Okay, that's enough. Now I'm scared. Now I'm actually scared. What was that? That
Was
was
he in the-
terrifying. Well,
did
if
he
you
go
want
in
to
the
find
haunted
out,
house?
everyone, if you want to find out, you're gonna have to watch on KELOLAND Plus for Halloween, starting at 8:00 all the way till 9:30. You can watch these Halloween specials. This was the 1989 one, so I think this
Okay.
one's the second one that will air.
Okay.
So if anyone's curious about what was going on there,
And then the third one was from the 90s. Or is
it was
from the
91.
90s. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Maybe we could watch that one tomorrow.
It's possible.
All right, we're wrapping up on time, Scott. What else? You got?
Already?
Yeah.
It's only been 5 minutes.
I got a stacked inside the newsroom today.
Okay, well,
man.
then I better leave.
He's got to go. He's got to forecast some frightening flurries, literally.
Yes, chance for some flurries, maybe a snow shower to begin Halloween in northeastern South Dakota. And it will be chilly, Chilly. And I'm thinking
It's a
of
spelling bee now.
And I'm thinking of making the other chili, Chili.
Ooh, with cornbread?
No.
We're about to get controversial again. We got to end this episode. Everyone, thank you for watching. Until next time, have a great day.
Do the wave.